It was the morning of Saturday, 15th of April 2023. I woke paralyzed with a fear that only a mother knows. Gunfire echoed in the streets, neighbors screamed, and panic swept through our homes. I cradled my 9-month-old son, ran downstairs, and prayed for the violence to stop. We hid at home without fresh water, food, or electricity, immobilized by the uncertainty and the cacophony of chaos outside. 3 weeks later, I turned to my husband. We may die if we leave, but we will die if we stay. Clutching my baby, we stepped outside. Lifeless bodies, burned cars littered the streets. Homes lay in ruin. Silence hung heavy, and no bird dared to sing. I drowned in the horror of what my eyes absorbed. We made it to the other side of the city, but the fighting reached there too. I risked a 6-hour drive in a bright orange car to an airbase. Should I place my baby in the car seat, the supposed safest option, or lay him down the floor and shield him from the gunfire? Is it better for us to die together, or for him to live and potentially face a tortured life? I was incapacitated with doubt. Second stretched into eternity as I wrestled with a decision. I cradled him close as a bullet missed our windscreen, willing survival and a better tomorrow. Today marks 525 days since that nightmare began. My baby and I were safely evacuated by the Royal Air Force, but my husband and others were left behind. Sudan is amid a catastrophic humanitarian crisis. Unrelenting conflict has led to 12 million internally displaced people or refugees. And as climate crisis ravages our homeland, drought, famine, flooding further destroy and displace communities. More than half of the population are starving. Every 2 hours, a child dies from malnutrition. But this is just collateral damage in the power struggle of the warring factions. They and the global community are indifferent to the cries of Sudanese youth. The average age at the peace talk is 52 years, and young people are not included in diplomacy. With 60% of Sudan's population under 25 and responsible for a revolution that removed a 30 years dictatorship in 2019, this needs to change. In June 2023, I co-founded Sudan Relief Project Team, a coalition of individuals providing support to the people of Sudan. It started with a Facebook note for volunteers and funds. A year later, we have 140 volunteers and 6 staff, of which 113 are in Sudan. We document what's happening because of the war, raise awarenesses, and do something about it. For example, we identified that 462, 80% of hospitals have closed in Sudan, and that pregnant women have no access to midwives. In response, we created and identified names, numbers, and addresses of midwives not working but willing to support pregnant women in their communities. So far, 18 midwives have safely delivered 51 babies. Through crowdfunding, we also raised $5,000 to evacuate 15 young climate activists from conflict areas. We have surveyed 1,500 young Sudanese to understand their wants and needs. Education, jobs, food security, and stop the war topped the list. In response, we created a shuttle diplomacy effort to encourage mediation between warring factions to a more youth-led process. I have also launched a global youth climate safety network for people in conflict zones vulnerable to climate change. We train NGOs to partner with international organizations like the UN, introduce them to partners and donors, and support each other through knowledge sharing and emergency evacuation needs. 23 countries and more than 200 organizations are now involved. But our shuttle diplomacy efforts have fallen on deaf ears. The leaders of today need to start listening to Sudan's youth. We are the torch bearers of peace. Your support, be it financial, technical, or moral, is now vital to Sudan's struggle. Stand with us, listen to us, believe in us, help us to deliver lasting peace.